Hey writers, this is Lee Jessup, career coach for emerging and professional screenwriters. And as promised, I wanted to come at you today with a quick and dirty video that breaks down the various writing positions and support staff positions in a TV writer's room. Now, I will say that there is no standard, there's no set number of writers or support staff that you have to have. I'm just covering all the bases and talking about the various positions that may exist there. All right, so let's start with support staff. There are 4 support staff positions in a writer's room. PA, production assistant. This person is going to be responsible for a whole slew of things, most importantly of which is picking up food and coffee, organizing kitchens, etc., etc. Then as we get into more writerly positions, we have the writer's assistant, who may be roped into some writerly tasks. The showrunner's assistant, who may find themselves in a more administrative role, as well as the script coordinator, who is responsible for the distribution and proofing of material as it gets out there to the room, to the network, to the studio, to the buyer, to producers, to whoever it has to go to. Those are the support staff positions. Support staff used to be quite a tried and true path to go into staffing, as oftentimes when a show awards a freelance episode, one that is not written by the writers on the writer's staff, that may go to support staff or some people from support staff. And if there is support staff and the showrunner is friendly to promoting from within, they may consider moving up somebody who has been performing well in support staff for them and line them up for a staff writer position in the next show or next season for the show, if the show indeed is coming back and if the showrunner is friendly to doing so. But let's move from support staff into writing levels in a writer's room. There are 3 different levels of writers in a writer's room, and I'm just going to talk about what those levels are. There are rooms that will have only upper levels or upper levels or mid levels, and I've certainly heard of shows where the showrunner brought in all staff writers or story editors for a particular season. So there's no way to guarantee what will exist in a room, but let's just walk our way up the ladder here. So the lowest level position in a writer's room is staff writer. It is the only position that has the word writer in it. That is the entry position for writers on a writing staff. Up from staff writer, you're going to have story editor. Story editor is considered one level up from staff writer. And then you're going to have executive story editor. That is going to be the highest level and the lower levels that you can get into. From this point on, all of our writers are going to be known as producers, and their titles are going to move from the back credits, where staff writers and story editor were, to front credits. So you are going to start with co-producer, then go to producer and consulting producer. Those are just the level of writers in the room. It's important to know that they're also non-writing producers. So not everybody with a producer title on a TV show is going to be a writer in the writer's room. That is very much true for upper level writers as well. That starts with supervising producer, co-executive producer, and executive producer. Usually the showrunner is going to be the person named as the final executive producer title card in the front titles before we get into story by and directed by. If you notice when you're watching TV shows, there is no showrunner title on a show. It is going to be the final executive producer credit. Usually the number 2 in the room is going to be the co-executive producer or another executive producer, just depending on negotiations and titles. So I hope that explains a little bit more about writing positions in a writer's room so that you know how to speak about it. Of course, there are increases in pay and changes in pay structure. Lower levels traditionally get paid by week, where from co-producer on up, you usually get paid by episode, as well as getting your episode fee. So you get your co-producer, producer, consulting producer fee as a producer on the show, but then when you write an episode, you also get your script fee. So lots to learn there, but hopefully this has given you a little bit of a taste and a little bit of an explanation on it. So keep watching, subscribe if it's helpful. There'll be more coming your way soon. Bye.